Yo, this is Too Real Sports, where we keep it way too real.
Unapologetic, unbiased, and uncensored up in this piece.
I'm Mitri.
I'm Big Ev.
I'm trying to get this label off because they ain't give us no money.
No, not $1.
You know, we'll take it though. The label could come on if you give us some money in due time. But yes, playoffs, first round is over. We got a lot to talk about with that, right? Who we going with them teams that look like we got to talk about?
We're going Toronto, Cavs, Celtics, Sixers. A little bit into the first round. Predictions for the second round. Draft is finished up too. We're gonna touch a little piece on that.
I just I gotta get off on playoff P. So I just need a moment with that. My palms are sweating. So I gotta get that off. The refs too. I gotta talk about the refs, man. Little bit of draft, sports politics. I don't know. 420 was a couple weeks ago, but Bleacher Report did a great video about ex-players smoking weed. So we're gonna get a little bit into weed and players and what we think. Let's get right into this NBA though, man. Let's talk about this first round real quick. I need to go right into Paul George because my nerves is bad.
Right off.
And you know, a lot of times with this, I try to be a little politically-ish correct, even though this is Too Real Sports. You know, I try to keep fuck that this time around, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Paul George.
He go to unapologetic segment of the show.
Paul George playoff P. Now you know we got a lot of emotional stake in the OKC Westbrook fans here. That game 6. 2 for 16, bro?
That's a damn shame. 2
for 16. Now, I'm not a person who cares about players and what they make and money and things like. He made $20 million. 2 for 16, $20 million. He got a. I'm wondering, can I sue for emotional distress, right? But let me. I'm so glad we didn't do. It was like a couple days before we did this show. You know what I'm saying? So I got to think about it a little bit, and realistically, I shouldn't be too surprised, right? Did some research. Let's talk about Paul George's playoff history and elimination games since 2011 till now. 2 for 8, 4 for 10, 2 for 9, 8 for 18, 8 for 18, 5 for 21, and 2 for 16.
That's hideous, man.
Now, my biggest problem with Paul George, and let me bring this full circle, playoff P, right? Now, you know, I'm one to believe in the sports gods. Eric Bledsoe got his dose of the sports gods with Terry Rozier and saying, who's Terry Rozier? And then he found out.
Sure did.
So let's remember why Playoff P gave itself this nickname, Playoff P. He was asked about Donovan Mitchell and being able to guard and stop him, and he thought the question was crazy, chuckled, and said, you don't know about Playoff P? Now, Donovan Mitchell had 37 points in the elimination game. Donovan Mitchell killed the entire series and maybe was the player of the series. Playoff P showed up here and there, but of course not when they needed him. So these players be playing with the playoff gods, you know, and you get spanked. So I hope he don't come back to OKC. He got to go to the Bobcats. That's the only team that should be able to give it. And I know what I just said. I know I said the Bobcats. That's where he need to go. Because I don't know what team, no Lakers, if I'm any of those GMs, I don't give him no money. Go ahead. My fault, my brother. Thank you, man.
Paul George he really needs to take a hard look, long look in the mirror because, fam, you being guarded primarily by Joe Ingles. And the type of series Joe Ingles had, where's your pride at as a basketball player, as supposedly one of the as an all-star caliber basketball player in the NBA? To get that, where's your pride as a basketball player? Period. To have a player like Joe Ingles screaming in your face, cursing at you, talking shit to you, running up and down, rubbing down the court, and then you have no kind of response.
Violating them.
Joe Ingles, do you see how Joe Ingles looked in Game 1 versus the Rockets? He looked like he didn't belong out there defensively. And you telling me you Paul Pierce and you couldn't sit there and say no and say nah and get focused and attack Joe Ingles and come right back at him? And like you said, Game 7, that was a Game 7, it was Game 6, and you shoot 2 and you have 5 points. You score 5 points, you getting paid $20 million. You about to be a free agent next year, and you score 5 points and get eliminated by a less talented team led by a rookie point guard.
I think they was a better team though.
They played better team basketball, but the players they have on OKC just not like, nah, man. And Carmelo's still playing the three. But why is Carmelo Anthony still playing the small forward position? At this point in his career, if you want to extend your career and like and show some kind of dignity to close out your career, Melo, you need to move to the 4 and become a stretch 4 because you now.
He was a 4 over there.
He was a 4 over there.
Corey Brewer, Russ, PG, then Melo. I don't know what's up with Melo.
He look like he don't belong out there. He looked so bad. He had 7 points. Russ was out there by himself on the limb trying to do everything, and like I'm not he didn't have a triple double. Russ Westbrook in triple doubles. He wins 79% of his games. He wasn't getting them triple doubles out there. He was sitting there trying. They depend on him to do so much. Like, and he's not 6'8", 265 pounds. He's not LeBron James. Like, they not the same color. Like, they not the same, man. He can't sit there and do every single thing. He cannot sit there and do it night in and night out. And like you said, Utah is a better team. They played great team basketball. They had a nice little system. They played great ball, great team defense. It's not like they're not individually collectively they're a great unit. Because Joe Ingles can't guard shit. Please watch Joe Ingles in the second round against the Houston Rockets. He looks lost out there. He had himself. He gonna hit his shots. He can shoot. He gonna score his points, but. He does not belong out there defensively, and he gonna get exposed as he did in Game 1. You gonna see it for the rest of the series. Not like it's like and Rudy Gobert, like he's a mountain. He's a big tower down there in that paint, and like and Utah they just executed it and they won.
Yeah, that was a tough matchup for OKC. As far as Gobert and Houston won't have that because they shoot threes. As far as with Russ and some people feeling like he takes too many shots or he's doing too much. I know some people saying he shouldn't have taken Rubio 90 feet. Triple-double, yada, yada, yada. You cannot have a triple-double if one player is going 2 for 16 and Carmelo Anthony's giving you 7 points. There's no way I can get 10 assists. So, and the take, though, I would love my player. First of all, you got to think, how much distrust do you lose in your teammates where you go, hell with this, I'm shooting 40 shots. Ain't like a person want to do that. You just really see it in their eyes. Oh, no, they ain't ready. So I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I was all for it. And if you look at those games, he brought them back by doing that because everybody else was looking asleep. Not my man Steve Adams. And to talk about Steve Adams real quick and just refs in general, I honestly, and I hate to be this guy, but I do think OKC lost because of the refs. And I also think the Pacers lost because of the refs. There's an unwritten rule in basketball, you don't foul out. You don't get fouls and start trouble, especially in the playoffs. That's why we're here. We want to see both teams at their best. Game 2 and Game 3, Steve Adams is in foul trouble, which I thought was bad fouls also. Terrible fouls. And then, of course, that swings the game, and OKC can't win without their second-best player, who is Steve Adams, and showed that. Game 4, Russ is in foul trouble. 4 fouls in the first half. How do you even blow your whistle to give him 4 fouls? How do you blow your whistle to give him 3 fouls? Then 3 of the 4 fouls wasn't even fouls. So, if you take though, I don't get it. I'm starting to believe, and with the Pacers game, and we'll get into that, refs have an agenda. To me, players can't throw a game because you can't fake a jump shot. You just can't. It'll look terrible. Try to miss a jump shot on purpose. But I do think the way these games are going with these refs, there's some agenda because my last point real quick is the biggest way to sway a game is to have a bad call when someone has momentum.
Nah, I feel you 100% on that because if a star player is in foul trouble, it changes the game completely. It's basketball. So in the refs calling and the star player on the team, especially Westbrook for OKC, has 4 fouls in the first half of the entire game, the refs is controlling that game. Like it's like the outcome is controlled. Not the outcome. Well, yeah, the outcome is controlled. The pace, the whole thing is controlled by the refs, and nobody coming here or watching or paying money to see no damn refs blow their whistle on bogus fouls. And it was bogus fouls. I don't like two of those calls. I remember vividly. I don't like two of them calls. But I think Westbrook needs to go off to the 2 guard. I think OKC would be better off bringing in a point guard and have Westbrook play off guard and play the 2 and go it that way. So then you have to sit there and depend on him and do every single
Now
thing.
he got to be the one because
Nah,
he's not a matchup problem.
I'm not saying he's at a I'm not.
That's his
hell
whole
yeah,
thing.
He absolutely is a matchup problem as a 2.
Now, he's a regular 2 guard if he's a 2 guard, but as a point guard, well, I don't believe in positions anymore in the NBA just in general.
No, I understand, but I think that team would just be better off with a point guard setting up and like having Russ play off the board, and so he don't got to depend.
The reason
on
why
everything.
though, the reason why I don't like that is because Russ is at his best at moving pace. Nobody pushes pace better than Russ. So that's why one of the reasons why I like that he takes the rebound, and I believe that his teammates let him get the rebound because he gets the rebound and he goes.
But if you had a point guard to sit there and move the pace with him, and
Nobody can move
Russ
the pace
on the
with
wing,
Russ.
and Russ on the wing, it would hell yeah, it could work, man.
Nobody can move the pace with Russ.
If Russ had CP3, man.
Nah.
Come on. If Russ like had a CP3 or playing all ball, like some kind of caliber point guard, like not a scoring, like a Derek, even like a Derek Fisher. We don't even need a point guard to sit here and average 12 assists. We don't need that. We need somebody to take the load off us so he can sit there and do more things. It'll be a defensive. It'll be a way better harder defensive matchup to guard Russ on the 2 than it's a wood. I guarantee you.
Guarding Russ on the wing and guarding Russ on the top of the key.
Now you have another player. Who else could break down? Who else could break down the defense?
Russ is a transition player, so he's not he got to get the ball and go. That's when he's at his best. Not to mention also him being a point is not the issue. When you have a player go 2 for 16, he's not the issue.
If Russ has somebody that can run with him like that,
would you feel that way if
LeBron,
they won? If they won, would you feel that way?
I haven't been not as strong as I am after watching this series, but now I'm more adamant. But Russ do need to go move to the 2 and get himself a point guard.
I think it takes away his superpowers. I think all him, these none of these players are point guards anymore.
He's too good to sit there.
So should Steph Curry go to the 2? I mean, even though Draymond runs the 1, just because there's really no positions anymore. But should Steph Curry go to the 2? Should Damian Lillard go to the 2?
Nah, because Steph Curry's not actually sitting and do absolutely every single thing for Golden State like Westbrook is for OKC. But we'll see though, man.
I dig it. I like him doing everything though. I like him doing everything.
That doing everything shit don't work, man. That doing everything shit don't work.
We just gotta really keep. This is my biggest problem with you. Gotta really keep in perspective that your number 2 player went 2 for 16. So if he just goes 5 for 16, a lot of this we don't feel a lot of these feelings about him doing. He would have showed doing everything got him to the next round. There would have been no other way for them to get to the next round. And he's not a player who looks tired at the end of the game.
He don't.
So
still, that's game 6 though. They lost in 6 though. It's not like it was game 7. They lost in game 6. So
he'll never be tired, never. Now one more thing I just want to say with the refs and before we get to round 2 and the Pacers and Cavs, that goaltending call is everything. That's everything.
That was huge.
That's the series. That's everything. Not to mention some of the foul calls in Game 7 when I get back to momentum swings. When the Pacers are making a run, Lance comes in, hits a 3, terrible foul call. Then they gave him a flagrant, a tech or something that I've never heard before.
That it was the worst, and then he's sitting here, keep rubbing his head, checking for blood. Fam, he didn't. I was like, why did he keep rubbing his head for and like checking for blood? He didn't hit you with no elbow. He tried to swing. He tried to block the shot. Like it's ridiculous. That shit is disgusting.
That's his sign language. I want to text.
Disgusting, yo.
That's sign language. That's LeBron's sign language. If LeBron gets a foul,
word.
They're not gonna stop. If he just got fouled, they would have never stopped and checked the monitor. He goes, does this, yo. That means check this, and I want him to get it. They came up with something I never heard before. Something.
They gave him a tech, right?
Yeah, it was an act of. I don't know something.
Foul on. I've never in my entire life of basketball on any level, and I played from 5th grade all the way through high school. I've watched basketball at every level. I've never seen a foul called and get turned into a tech for what was the reason?
It was like. act after the play or something I've never heard of
The only
before.
act after the play was LeBron rubbing his fucking head, checking
And
for
LeBron
blood.
went for the layup. So I'm not stopping. It's a playoff arena. It's just
I'm just supposed
refs-
to I'm not supposed to play defense. I'm supposed to let 6'9" LeBron James with full speed go up to the basket and immediately just, hey, go ahead, man.
Mm-hmm.
Game 7, who cares?
So I'm
and
not-
then
yeah.
and then it's a completely different shot. If that foul gets called, if that goaltending gets called, the Cavs is down by 2. It's not. Oh, let me. It's a different kind of pressure shot. The LeBron missed that shot. It's all good. They're going to overtime and finish it out. It's
totally
a different, totally different shot. Being down by 2
Totally
in Game 7 with 3 seconds left.
totally different. And
Shit.
I just want to say real quick about the refs. I'm not saying that refs go, oh, I want the Cavs to win. But I think there's a human element in everything that's human. And it's, oh, snap, this is the king. This is LeBron James. You know, I gotta be in his grace. You know, the NBA, this is what we want to see. Yada, yada, yada.
Oladipo need a jump shot though. If he had somewhat kind of a jump shot, he wouldn't have to sit there and have to attack the basket every single time like he don't get the same calls like everybody else. He's a little smaller, so sometimes he do get fouls. Like even though he kind of said LeBron kind of held him on that same play, he's not gonna get that foul. It's LeBron James first of all, and either way, you're not gonna get that call. If he could pull, if he made a couple more, like one more jump shot or 2, or one more 3, they win that game, man.
Well, I ain't gonna blame him for
I'm not
that
gonna blame you.
layup,
I'm not
'cause
gonna
you gotta
blame
make
you.
that
Nah,
call.
can't blame
You gotta
him.
make that call. But what I will say about Oladipo is, and I know there was a text that he sent to his trainer right after, and he's been getting a lot of praise for it as far as like, yeah, I'm ready to go back in and train. Oladipo, stop with the fake. I don't want to hear it. Because out of those 7 games, you came to play 3 games.
You stunk it up a lot. You stunk it up a whole lot.
You came to play 3 games.
Yeah.
You had it. You could have dethroned LeBron James for the first time in the first round. You had it, and you came up small in big moments. And even when LeBron left the game, and this is the funny part. LeBron left that game. What was it, in the third quarter or something with cramps? Kevin Love started killing all of a sudden.
On this day, hell yeah, because they
Yeah,
was allowed to, like, with him out the game, they was allowed to sit there and play as a team. They was allowed to get involved, not with LeBron dominating the ball and just, hey, let me wait for LeBron to pass. They was allowed to do stuff, and then they played and they flowed and they got some chemistry going. Offense was flowing, boom. They held it down.
And you ain't do nothing, Oladipo. And Nate McMillan, I don't know what you did with that rotation. You didn't play Lance in the second half.
Why not playing Lance? Are you are you listening to are you like getting like you?
Yeah.
Let Lance rock out, man. Come on, man. Let him do his thing, man. He's not scared. He's one of the only people that's sitting here not scared. Like he was. Oh my God, I was getting so tight with Nate McMillan's rotations, though.
Mm-hmm. So I feel the same way, man. So now we're gonna fast forward to this second round. Celtics, Sixers. That's one of the series to watch.
Man, before I say this, I don't think the 76ers are going to lose this series. But I keep trying to tell you, man, these young boys ain't ready, man. They not quite there yet. They bake it in the oven. You eat that chicken right now, you fuck around and get sick. A little salmonella poison. Let that shit bake. Let that shit be in the oven just a little bit longer, man. It's not ready yet, man.
I still got the 76ers winning, but and funny enough, I was just watching some game footage of us watching old episodes, and I've been saying this since the very first basketball episode. Brad Stevens is the best coach in the NBA.
Yeah, now
Brad
it's like
Stevens is the best
now
coach
it's hands down
in
like,
the NBA.
he's
They are
hands
the
down.
new Spurs. It is more system now. Don't get it twisted. When Kyrie, Gordon Hayward, when they get there, it's gonna go to another level. It's gonna go to a dynasty level. It's gonna be scary.
Yep.
But they're a very system of hard-nosed players, IQ players, and we forget. Last year, LeBron said that the Celtics was the hardest team to play against, and everybody took that as he was trying to shade the Warriors a little bit. And really, no, there was a whole lot of truth to that statement because Brad Stevens plays like, and you said this, at a mid-major college level as far as smarts, playing with those kind of players, running sets and things like that, being from Butler. So he's brought that to the NBA game where NBA coaches, 90% of them are lazy and won't say nothing to the star player anyway, like Billy Donovan. You know what I'm saying? So Brad Stevens is the best coach in the NBA, man, excluding nobody.
But like Philly, they not playing against Miami. They're not going against Wayne Ellington and Justice Winslow and 35, 36-year-old Dwayne Wade. Nah, we got some young boys. We got some athletes. And we going to run around. We going to chase you off them pick and rolls. We in your face. Who's number one? They third overall in defense and number one at the top of the threes. So Philly's not going to sit there and have all them wide-ass open threes or having easy three-point shots.
That's true.
Sarik's not. He can't make his own shot. Covington's not making his own shot. Covington, he's averaging 4 points a game in the playoffs. He don't even score in the playoffs. I can't from what I've been doing. I can't from. Let me give my shout out to JJ Redick. I've been shitting. If you follow me on Twitter, #2 Real Sports Ev, I be shitting on JJ Redick because I was like, all right, come on, JJ Redick averaging 20 points for the season. Oh, he's playing against Miami. Nobody's chasing him off the guards. JJ Redick is doing his thing. Like, I can't front. He can shoot his ass off, and he shoots all kinds of different ways. He's playing good for the 76ers.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of need to utilize him more because I don't think he's shooting enough. He was 2 for 7 for threes, but he needs to be taking 10 threes a game. Fuck all that. JJ needs to get the ball more.
They got a bunch of them.
And Ben Simmons, man, this is the time for you to sit here and step up. You can't. We need you to score more, take more than 11 shots. You playing good, but you need to be attacked. This is what I was scared of about Ben Simmons. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive. 11 shots, and you need to sit there and create. Because, have you seen Joel? He's the ultimate cheat. Joel Embiid is up, down, left, right, A-B start. He is the cheat code, yo. He stays healthy, man. Oh, my gosh.
I just got the up, down, my bad.
Straight cheat code. When he does offensively, he can't be guarded. He's a problem. He's shooting threes. He's looking like a guard. He look like he does, wing moves at the big man position, and he can sit there and take you down on the block and bang you. I know Boston got bodies, but none of them will sit there and guard Joel Embiid. But Philly's chasing around the pace, chasing Philly off their threes, and they shot. They made 17 threes last night. Boston ain't gonna keep that up. They're gonna come back down to earth. Philly gonna shoot more better than 5 of 26 from threes. It's gonna be more competitive, but they got a dogfight in their hands, man. They got a real dogfight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm a throw you a curveball real quick. Watching Philly, right? This is what I've been thinking. If I'm the Philly GM, now I love Joel Embiid. I can't give him love yet. I really like Joel Embiid. Really high on him. But if I'm the Philly GM, I might think about trading Joel Embiid for the 6th guard, Porzingis. Straight up.
Nah, hell no.
Because I love Ben Simmons 4 wide. Him point guard 4 wide with shooters. I love it. And as much as I love Embiid, I think when he got injured the last time, they found an identity with Ben Simmons and those shooters. And now they trying to find him and Embiid, trying to work it, because it's just 2 totally different games when they get in there together.
But Philly shoots a lot of threes. I don't think they shoot threes like they go to state. But I don't think they good like that. They don't make it. I don't
they
think
got
they
the
make
shooters like that.
That's
why I say I think they
Saric and Bellinelli and JJ.
Yeah, they bout it.
They don't shoot. I don't know, man. Look, what happened in game 2 against Miami? They didn't hit them threes. And they fucking lost.
Shooters. That's gonna happen with shooters.
But when they not hitting they threes, none of them niggas. My bad. None of them breaking down anybody off the dribble. And Ben Simmons not aggressive enough. Who's there sitting there doing all the low work on the half court scoring? Joel Embiid. Yeah. He had 31 last night. Philly had made 5 3-pointers. He'll sit there and be there. He can do that for you.
But he did that and they got smacked.
They did because they didn't 11 shots. Ben Simmons, come on, man. Hello, let's get this going.
I just like them. I like that style with him and 4 shooters. But I really like Joel Embiid. So I'm thinking that's.
And he can hit the threes. He can be one of them shooting. He can spread the defense out there and let him hit the threes, man. It's not like he clogging up the paint.
Nah. It's just a weird. They're both so great-ish at a young level that I think they get confused on the court together because they know that. I also think, though, at the same token, I'm not going to freak out with Game 1.
Yeah, this game definitely 100%. Yeah.
My rule with any playoffs is the home team's supposed to win Game 1. So I never think that's just automatic to me. If anything, those young boys is playing in the Boston Garden for the first time, and that's a big culture shock for that whole team. But they got to show me that another game too. I think it's gonna be tough, definitely, because Brad Stevens. Period.
But one thing though, Philly getting exposed on defense. You know, they come in as #1 defensive team. They, like I said, collectively they good, but now they gotta sit there and run around and guard. JJ got to guard Jason Tatum.
Well, Jason Tatum will be a superstar.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Look. I don't know. It's gonna be real soon, but damn it, he's starting to arrive. He's starting. You about to be able to take him out the oven. He about done.
Yeah.
Like he's about to be arrived. He's a future top 5 player in the league. That boy, that young man is nice. Jason Tatum, that
top
nice.
10. It's top 10.
He would be top. I see.
It's
top
a lot
5.
of young boys.
I
It's
know.
a lot of
I
young
like
boys.
him though. I like Jason Tatum, and he's being.
But I ain't gonna argue that.
But he's being guarded by JJ Redick and
I ain't gonna argue that.
He got to get guarded by JJ Redick and Covington, who they switching over him though, but like he had 26, and I saw a lot of JJ Redick guarding Tatum last night, so they about to get exposed. They got their hands full. And let me tell you, I'm gonna get ahead of this real quick. Terry Rozier, he is doing his thing. He's filling the role. He's playing great.
Shout out
but
to him.
please, big shout out. Now I 100% bullseye. Bullseye love what he did with the Drew Bledsoe jersey.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Whole lot, Eric Bledsoe. But please don't get gassed. Like I don't want, like, he's not that player to sit here and be able to start another team and keep this.
He might.
No.
He might. You know, a lot of things, just in anything, is opportunity.
I understand
and what you
that.
do with it.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm
but
saying?
don't think like I give him his money. I pay this man, start my team. Nah, it's not gonna be same.
Hey,
it's not gonna be the same, yo. I think he should like play his role, stay here, come off the bench, and win you some shits. Be a part of this dynasty.
Always go get your money.
Yeah, you're right.
Go
You're
get
right.
your
You
money.
gotta get paid though, but like,
Go get your money. Because I just in general don't believe in championships as far as like sacrificing so much for them, because really championships don't mean too much to me.
nah, man.
Just because, all right, like let's look at KD and Russell Westbrook, right? So KD went, he got his championship. Both players are going into the Hall of Fame. Now, when KD won his championship, and yeah, that's New York City. You know, we keep a New Yorkish background.
Every night.
But when KD won his championship, he won the MVP. And remember, when Steph Curry came up there to talk, they chanted MVP for Steph Curry right after KD won the MVP finals. So when you win that championship, you don't even, that might even hurt more than make you happy about the championship. You might not even care. Now, Russell Westbrook, if he stays at OKC for the rest of his career, he will have a statue outside that arena that will be there forever. KD will have a championship, but it's not like he gets more respect or he'll be in the same Hall of Fame. So just overall,
Russell
get your
Westbrook won a
money.
ring. He won a ring, man. But
No, I would
he won a
definitely
ring.
love to get him a ring.
But that's more for a player like caliber Terry Rozier. Yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong. I take that back. Go get paid, man. You gonna get paid. Go ahead and do it. But like, hopefully you get your chip before you get up out of there, man.
But he might. This might just be his opportunity, and he might shine on him. I was trying to, in my head, real quick, think of a player like that in the NBA. Well, Whiteside. Let's say Whiteside. You know what I'm saying? He got his opportunity, and I mean, he looked terrible this last series. But he got some mental issues going on with his confidence and all that, man. I don't be getting some of these players and all that with that type of stuff. But yeah, he got that going on. So, but yeah, I'm still going 76ers with this. Man.
Yeah, I still am too. But like, I won't be surprised if Boston somehow, some way wins this. Like, I won't be surprised. But
Yeah.
I'm still sticking with the 76ers.
Yeah,
though.
high stock in Brad Stevens. So still in all the other games, we pretty much, Houston's gonna win.
Yeah, Houston's winning. Golden State's winning.
Golden State's winning.
Yeah.
Cavs are. I have no hope in the
Cavs
Raptors.
in 4. They sweeping them.
I have
no faith. No baby. They call them the baby dinosaurs now.
Yeah, no.
Nah, man. They a bunch of reptile balls.
Yeah, no faith
When
in
it comes
that
to
at
LeBron,
all.
they scared to death of LeBron. They didn't want no parts of him. DeMar DeRozan wish he was on his team. I remember in the press conference last year.
Yo,
Like,
man.
I
Is
would
it just
never
me?
forget that.
Is it just me? Because we keep it real all the way real on here. Is it just me? And I know I'm not homophobic at all. I'm all about love and peace and everything like that. I'm very hippie-ish. Matter of fact, I was talking about. Never mind. But is it me or DeRozan and Kyle Lowry? Their relationship just makes me a little uncomfortable. I don't know. It's just kind of just weird. Maybe it's just me.
I'm
Maybe
not
it's
really
just
sure.
me.
I just don't. They make me uncomfortable.
Not saying in any kind of way. It's just weird. I don't know. It's just something weird about it. You know what I'm saying?
Something weird and uncomfortable about when they play against the fucking Cavs. That's for sure.
Yeah. Just some real quick football points real quick. You know, the draft just went off, but Dez, I just want to, take the time out. Dez is my man, hard body Dez Bryant. And everybody knows I'm a Dallas Cowboy to the death. Cowboy jersey will be with me in my casket. God forbid, though. I don't want to talk no casket talk. But Dez had to go. I was emotional about it at first. But realistically, it has to go. And what I think it will be is like Steve Smith with Cam Newton. When they got rid of Steve Smith, and it would look like why. But Steve Smith was such a strong personality that Cam Newton couldn't fully take over that team the way he needed to. And then Steve Smith left, and it looked crazy at the time. And Cam Newton took his game to a whole nother level. Had an MVP season. Later on, go to the Super Bowl with wide receivers of no name. So I see that same thing for Dak. Might be wishful thinking, but I see that same thing for Dak. So that's what I just want to say about Dez.
Well, I don't like about Dez, I respect them, like he was one of the Cowboys I like, throughout his tenure there. I most definitely respected him and Witten. That's about it though. But
he might be on your team soon.
Not on my no Giants team. But what is he doing though? He's turning down offers. He's not taking his like what
I don't think I don't know if he got any real offers.
He turned down a multi-time offer from the Ravens.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like, you better play some football before you watching football this shit. You better hurry up, man. Let's go.
Yeah, he got to do something.
And real quick, like you said, the draft just passed.
Yeah.
As you our loyal viewers been watching and thank you for support. If you remember in episode 9, who I wanted the Giants to go pick, our man Saquon Barkley. We kind of doing it backwards. We got the running back now. Now we need to revamp our O line. We drafted another a good O lineman in the second round, Will Hernandez. I've never seen him play. Reports and all that says the scouting reports and all that. They raving about him. So hopefully he'll set the foundation, and then we'll build through free agency and continue to build through the draft in the future years. But we got our running back. Pick your poison. Got our running back. Eli's gonna be extended. He's gonna help him out. Giants be like this shit. I'm telling you, our defense is always good. But if your team can't score a damn touchdown, like, come on, defense is straight. We gonna come back this shit. We gonna be like this shit. I'm not gonna go out no crazy going on a limb, but I'm telling you, Giants gonna be like this shit.
Well, we going to Super Bowl, so all that eye stuff. Cowboys going to Super Bowl. Book it. I'm about to look my plane tickets up. Where's that this year? 2 points real quick of the draft. The Griffin twins won most notably for having the one arm and getting drafted. But the cool thing about that story was that I found out was that they've played together their entire lives. And that's cool now that they're doing it on the NFL level. Rod Smith and Jalen Smith is also kind of like that with the Cowboys. But they played with each other their entire lives. And the other brother, he actually turned down, or he was a high recruit, Florida State, all kind of schools. And he turned them down because he wanted to go to school with his brother. So that's why he went to UCF. And it's cool, really cool thing that now they playing with each other in the NFL. But, NFL, I think the kid will do good, rooting for him, of course. But NFL is a production league, so go out there and produce, kid. You'll be there. Philadelphia Eagles, real quick, I want to say they I'm going to mess his last name up. But Jordan Mailata in the 7th round, he a rugby player, 6'8", 346. Ran the 40 in like 5.1 or something crazy like that. So that's just something I just want to keep an eye on. Now we're gonna get into sports politics real quick, then wrap it up. Like we said, Bleacher Report did a thing with the some of the ex-players from the NBA and NFL smoking marijuana and just talked about it. And so what's just your thoughts on players, marijuana use, the leagues, suspension, things like that?
I think how the perception of marijuana is coming from these old white men who sit down there from their perspective and their perception, who sit there and they're not athletes, they're not sitting there competing or never competed to this level in their lives with as far as athletics going professionally. Mm-hmm. And they sitting here like, my mother was born in 1953. She's part of the baby boom era. My mother, I'm not gonna say her age right now, but she's born in 1953. A lot of those are same age. A lot of execs a lot of the people who's on the
You know, that was
board-
kind of like the same thing.
I want to say telling the age, right? Yeah, I just said that. Yeah, no, like, she they like she's like the same age as them, and like if you know, I'm a documentary head, man. That era, their perception of marijuana is based off a test that was done on monkeys. They gas masked monkeys and just straight filled them up with marijuana for 30 minutes straight. And however the monkey responded, whatever, and of course. Now imagine who on earth would sit there and have a mask strapped to their face for 30 minutes, fill up with marijuana and be all right. So they got the result from that, and then that's how marijuana is kind of based on looked at. Now in 2017, it's 2018. The truth is out now. It's becoming legal all around the country now. The medicinal reasons, the health reasons, how it affects you, and how it heals the body, and how you recover from it. It makes zero sense why an athlete, especially an athlete in a state where it's legally, legislatively, legal. It's on the books, and you still telling me now you can't use it, it's a penalty, blah blah blah. Like I don't think. I think they behind on this one. I think they need to get in front of this and get on the ball.
Mm-hmm. I think with the, I agree everything what you said, and I think also there's also a racial tone in it, especially with the NBA.
Definitely a racial tone with it.
Especially with the NBA, you know, it's same thing to me. I feel about the dress code. I think that was a racial tone into that. You know, it's like Allen Iverson and them. They going too far. They wearing these baggy jeans and big old diamonds on the side. No, we looking like thugs. And I think, like you said, it goes into a perception of black thugs. And we all know every race and things like that smoke marijuana. Not to throw, funny enough, we was talking about him before, but not to throw J.J. Redick under the bus. I remember he got suspended, I think, his freshman year maybe at Duke for marijuana. So, you know, we know all times, but as far as, I think it's just a way to control those thuggish black players in a way. You know, when you're a corporation, you can make rules, but I just think the penalties are way too harsh. Especially like with the NFL, if I talk about the Cowboys, I know like Randy Gregory in the recent years, Ronaldo McClain. Now, especially in Ronaldo McClain's case, you suspend these players for smoking marijuana. You take their livelihood away. Then you say they can't be around the team. What the hell I'm going to do then? But smoke marijuana. Why am I saying marijuana? I'm going to smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's a control way. It's a way to take back the money. I don't know where the suspension money. I think for the NBA goes to charity. I have no clue. Nobody knows where the NFL suspension money goes. So it's also with that. It makes no sense. To me, if a player wants to make themselves worse, go on ahead. If you want to eat fried chicken and things like that, then that'll make you worse as a basketball, football player, athlete. Go ahead. If you want to smoke marijuana and that's going to make you worse, then why am I going to, have any problem with that? So it's very hypocritical. I think it has a racial tone to it for the most part. But I think, like I know the NFL CBA, I think it's in 2020. Hopefully these things will be issued.
Bro, they need to change that up. They need to vote the right way, put that on the board, and get this thing going. Because players like losing a lot of money. It makes no sense to keep on suspending people like this for smoking weed. They don't even touch for amphetamines. They do it. Even though they do it once. They do it once a year.
NFL once a year.
They do it once a year. In the NBA, they do it like a full time. But if you get caught in the NFL, you liable to get tested 10 to 20 times a month. Like, what kind of shit is that? They it's like it's designed for you to fail. Yeah. And since the science, the truth is about it is out about it now. How are you still going this route? How are you still taking away these players' livelihood and suspending them for this kind of drug? You know what I'm saying? So like
for prescription painkillers, we're substituting that for prescription painkillers.
Come on, man.
Which is
baseball don't even test for it. Baseball don't even test for those kind of drugs. The straight steroids. The NBA, the most athletes are black. They get tested the most. They go the racial line for you right there. Why are you testing basketball players so many times? What is it, 4 times a year?
Yeah, like, hip hop culture and all that. So, but. It's silly and to ruin these people's livelihoods for it. I know there's people who are going to say, well, they can just stop. So it's not that big of a deal for them to, let's put it in perspective. It's not that big of a deal to have this type of punishment.
And if it helps them, is it physically helps them heal? Like, who the hell are you sit there and say that? Like, I have a headache. No, I can't take an Advil? Like, come on, man.
But like everything, most of the time, it's, and like you alluded to, it's just people who don't know, who don't educate themselves, who just go with old cliches of things and yada yada yada. And so we're in 2018 now, so we need to stop all the foo-foo.
Yeah, man.
We need to. Now, shoot, we're gonna get out of here. The Cavs play tonight.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Toronto better hope Drake there. That's their best player. I'm telling you. When Drake there treating it like the Rucker at half court, walking on the court, they be winning, so they better hope he there.
He better not agitate LeBron, get him mad. Man, who cares? He can do
LeBron
whatever
gonna
he
fan
wants.
out.
He gonna. It's the first game of the sweep.
Yeah, he gonna fan out.
Game under the sweep. If not going to 5, whatever.
Well, that's another one under the books. Rest in peace, playoff P. I don't ever want to hear that shit again. Ever.
George.
Ever. I don't even know what I gotta figure out what I'm gonna call you. Trash juice.
George, yeah, trash juice.
Basuda.
Georgie calls for $5. He plays
Yeah,
like
Georgie.
Georgie.
Yeah, Georgie.
Trash
Georgie.
Georgie.
Georgie. Paul Georgie. That's what we gonna call him. Paul Georgie. Again, my brother.
You already know.
Love. Like the Drake Jimmy V say, don't give up. Don't never give up. And Barcelona, man. Yeah, we won La Liga. You saw it. Because last episode we lost, and I was out here. We won. My bad. We out of this joint. Too real.
Peace.